Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to have with me here today Aby Thomas, the founder and CEO of the Food CRM. It's an interesting concept that Aby is trying to solve. So I'm going to dive in right away with my questions, and where we give Aby the opportunity to share some really great perspectives around what he's doing today. So Aby, thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot for inviting me.
It's our pleasure. And now, can you share with us a little bit about the story behind the Food CRM?
Actually, it has a very interesting story. Me and one of my friend after a software venture in 2010, I started off, and then after acquisition of one of my product, me and one of my friends started a restaurant in Aby. And there we were facing a lot of issues and a lot of problems with operational things, manpower and all those things, means excess amount of manpower than it is required and all those things. So those times we inquired a lot of software products onto a fine dining restaurant, but we were unable to reach out people who were online providing a lot of things online. So what we did, we inquired, then we found that which are very costly softwares are available. So then later, on a harder time, I thought restaurant business is not my cup of tea, but I quit. I did quit from that whole business, and then I came out, and then the learnings what I got from that business, those things I implemented into a software. That is my product, the Food CRM.
Fantastic. I think so. The way you explained it, you saw a real problem when you were running a restaurant, and then you felt the need for a restaurateur to be able to understand proper usage of labor, proper understanding of food supplies, and proper understanding of customer behavior.
Right.
These are the things that you wanted to do, and you felt that so you had a sense for these things, and you felt that you had to start a company. So great. I think I like the name of your business, the Food CRM.
Thank you.
Very straightforward. And so can you quickly tell us maybe the top 3 things or the pain points that or the solutions that the Food CRM could offer to a customer of yours?
First thing is, it gives you a very elaborated CRM, customer relationship management. Second thing is, we are into elaborate analytical platform, wherein lot of things into analytics, and then it also reduces the time of taking order and processing order. So these are the 3 main things which we are solving right now.
Okay, so if I can just put it, one is customer experience. That means it enables, that's a big thing nowadays with digital transformation and all the activities around it. There's a lot of focus on customer experience. So with this product, you offer an excellent customer experience. You offer the restaurateur, the owner, a much more understanding of customer behavior and how often he comes into the restaurant and some of those things. And the third thing, you bring about efficiencies inside the restaurant operations. Great. I mean, I think, and I also believe that your product is very competitively priced for the Indian market.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that's a pain point that you felt, and you were able to overcome that.
Overcome that too.
So, I mean, that's a great introduction. Now, I just wanted to look a little bit into your personal life and have you share some experiences, right? And let's begin with something funny.
Okay.
So, what is one memory that actually makes you laugh?
Okay, a very funny incident. For me, it is kind of a very funny incident. My local hood or my neighbors doesn't know that I'm an entrepreneur or I'm doing some business kind of a thing. But somehow, because one of proposals came in, and one of my neighbor came to know that I'm an entrepreneur. So that time it was like that only. Later we met for a wedding. We met in a wedding, and he was casually, he asked how are things going and all those things, and then he came closer as if he was going to ask me something very personal, and he asked me, Mone, nee ivide aanengil ninda kada aara thorakkunnenu. So that means if you are here, who is gonna open your shop? So I was like, literally like, that is the perceptions. Like people, whenever I see him, I always remember that same thing. Whenever I pass by his home or something, I remember that, and I have a big time smile.
Yes. So, people always wonder, right? I mean, the people are, like you said, neighbors may be very suspicious about what entrepreneurship means. Is it just a shop that you open the shutter every day and close, but actually, for an independent, for an entrepreneur, it actually, I believe, gives entrepreneur is foundational, gives you a lot of freedoms, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay. So, first thing, it gives you freedom to implement your ideas. Like, like you have a freedom, you see some problem statement and you have a freedom to go ahead, talk to your team, you tell them that, okay, we need to solve this problem.
Right.
Second thing is it gives you a freedom. Okay, not exactly like 24/7 you are there with the family, but it gives you a freedom to be there with your family whenever they need you, whenever they require. That's the biggest thing, Whenever my family needs me, maybe it for 2 days, 3 days, I'm not there for a month, but for that particular 3 days, I'll be with them.
Yes.
So it definitely gives you that kind of a freedom too, and a lot of other things, advantage of being an entrepreneur.
So what are the disadvantages? Now that you said that there are advantages, which I understand because I am an entrepreneur also as well, but I know that you would have felt some of the challenges being one as well.
So okay, again, disadvantages, I would say, like not all the time you always have to see your team, people who are working with you. Like maybe there are a lot of times when you have to do sacrifices, as like a mother is to a family, the same way as being an entrepreneur, you are responsible for a lot of people.
Yes.
So while you are taking a decision, you have to always take, like when regarding the spending thing also, you have to always take care that okay, people in your company are completely relying on you and proper decision making.
Yes.
So that is thing. Then you have to keep a lot of things, like your luxury things aside, and for like maybe later kind of a thing, and all those things are also a disadvantage as being an entrepreneur.
Actually, I can empathize with a lot of these things that you have mentioned, and I think rightfully so. So your vision is to actually do the best you can for your employees, and for yourself, you are securing the future by building an equity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, everyone asks like how many savings you have, or what you are making and all those things, but they are not understanding actually we are making a value proposition, or something which equity, or a valuation for your own for a future.
Correct.
So that is a very important thing. As an entrepreneur, we all are doing the same thing. Correct. We are building something like for ourselves. We are, like rather saving from your monthly salary, we are actually not taking it, and you are building something for the future.
Very well put. Very well
Thank
put.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So Aby, now these challenges, right, do cause you stress, right? I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
So how would you handle it?
So, see, generally stress doesn't remain with me for like, thankfully I have a good teammates and all those things. My co-founders are very good enough, doesn't like, stays with me for long, but still I do travel a lot. So almost India, I have traveled a lot of states and all those things, but still traveling is what makes me very happy.
Very good. I think that's a lesson, for all entrepreneurs. I think getting away from what you're doing, right, helps you really reset the clock now and then, or your mind now and then, to help. So during our conversation here earlier, you were talking about you can speak languages like Syriac and French and so on. So I'm curious, how did you go about learning these languages, and is it helping you in your business?
During my +2, I always like very much interested in learning new languages and all those things, and I know Hindi also very well because I was in North and all. So regarding Syriac, it was basically how it came into was like my second language. I took it, even though I knew Hindi very well, I could have scored like 100 out of 100 like if I was going for a Hindi, but I opted because I actually wanted to go for learning an additional language, adding things like that. Syriac is not actually helping me day-to-day life, but definitely languages like French and all those things would definitely, as much language you know, it is as good as that.
Correct.
Because you have like, you know, more way of communicating with more people, you have like those things. So languages.
I also believe that languages open out different areas of your brain.
Right.
And you know, it brings about greater creativity, ideation, you know, all those things. I think kudos to you for you know, learning an ancient language like Syriac and you know, modern languages like French. So one question, you know, I first met you as part of the NASSCOM's 10,000 startups. How did you know, NASSCOM's 10,000 startups help you, you know, in your journey so far?
NASSCOM actually played a major role. For me, I would say NASSCOM played a major role. First thing is, I'm meeting a lot of people, even you, right? We met at NASSCOM. NASSCOM gave me a wide opportunity, like, you know, gave me a lot of connections to meet people in person. If I'm like, you know, you came to me, a lot of time we had a one-to-one sessions regarding like, you know, you were mentoring, this is maybe, this won't work, this would work, those kind of things, connects it gave. It also organizes classes, like, you know, basically not traditional classes kind of a things which entrepreneurs actually need. Maybe a sales pitch, or, you know, sales funnel kind of a thing. And it also helps you in like, you know, understanding, okay, this is what you're doing. This has a huge kind of market, maybe not today, but you start building it from now. So we are meeting like a lot of people who are industry experts, who are like build a successful company, maybe 2 or 3 like exits they have made, or they have a huge kind of like, you know, employee base and all those things. And it's all the time, like those connects have always helped me a lot. So that is one thing.
So you know, if I may just summarize, so the stories actually inspire you, you know, give you the ability to look forward to, you know, your success, and also gives you a lot of ideas and thoughts that you can implement in your business. This is great. So I'm glad that NASSCOM and 10,000 startups have been able to help you. So it's wonderful to hear your you know, story of how you got this idea. Now I wanted to understand, you know, in 3 bullet points, how the Food CRM solves a problem or a set of problems for a restaurateur. What is the value is it giving?
First thing is customer experience. It gives you like, you know, your customer a way better experience. So a lot of things. Next is an analytical tool which gives you a complete insight of your customer preferences, taste, history, everything. It reduces your like running time and all those things, and it makes you like, you know, more efficiently you can manage your time. So it reduces your time taking, like, you know, time taken before to that.
And then the third point, you know, did you mention operations?
Yeah, operational times, like kitchens, orders going to the kitchen, KOT, and like, you know, taking orders in a lot of ways. That is again helping.
So operational efficiencies.
Operational efficiencies.
So customer experience, behavioral analytics of the customer, then operational efficiencies.
Right.
Very good. So can you take us through an example as to how the Food CRM has helped a restaurateur?
First thing is like, let's come to customer experience. As soon as like, you know, there are like restaurants wherein the whole customer behavior is getting recorded. So say suppose you are a person who likes spicy, you are a person who loves burgers, particular kind of a burger, and you are continuously going there and trying those kind of a things. But like, if a waiter comes in, as soon as he punches your phone number or, you know, your loyalty card number, he gets all those, your minimum spend, maximum spend, average spend. So he knows you, what are your past orders, how many times you have gone through it, like how many times you have ordered that particular items. So there are 2 things he can, like, you know, go ahead with. Either he can ask you like, you know, for repetition, or if that particular restaurant has brought something new, signature dishes, he can definitely go ahead and ask you, like, you know, sir, there is something new which has come in, would you like to try that? So those kind of a things. Second thing is like, there are restaurants like where you go and you, like, you know, you are a loyal customer to that particular restaurant, you go there and you tell them some complaints. So Right now, I don't know how, like, are you a first visit, like how many times you have visited that particular restaurant, but say, like, just imagine we have all those records and we know you are a genuine customer who have come in. So what happens is now scenarios, like many restaurants will ask you that we'll make it free. So, but we won't go for that, right? We'll definitely pay. But rather than that restaurants ask you, okay, sir, so this is a complete mistake. So this time, if you want, we can make it free, or we'll add the same amount of money to your loyalty point. To your, like, we are redeeming it to next time you come here and, feel it. We'll make sure that, next time today, maybe the kitchen, like, maybe with the food product, something went wrong. So you come to the next time and we'll make sure that you have, like, the best burgers you ever had in town. So that is one way. There is a restaurant who wanted to, like, their operational expenses were too huge. So they actually wanted a complete analytical thing, and they wanted to, like, cut down the operational time and manpower and all those things. So our software actually helped them a lot in understanding which are the peak hours when high frequency of people walks into your restaurant, and which are the time when you need least number of people to get it, like, to run it. So those kind of analytics, even from scale of Monday to Sunday and from 1st to 30. So those things.
Very nice.
It definitely.
So I think these are great examples. So if I look at your, a typical market, or what are the types of restaurants? Is it specialty restaurants? Is it smaller restaurants or roadside eateries? Who can actually use your service?
See, we were initially focusing completely on fine dining restaurants, but right now, like one of the example I'll give you, our system doesn't require any servers and all. So all the POS, offline POS requires an offline servers, a computer which has to be placed. Our works on any handheld devices, any tabs. So there are a lot of kiosk model Bombay Kulfi, there are a lot of, like, lassi shops and all those things, which can actually, like, very less space consumption. It requires just a handheld device. So it doesn't require any heavy keeping up a system and all those things, from to a very fine dining restaurants where waiter comes in with a tab and takes order. He's not coming up with a paper and pen. So to that extent, it can cater almost all, like, restaurants.
Wide range.
Wide range.
That is great. That is great.
And, like, see, data is very important. Right now, most of the restaurants are running into an offline system, which is completely used only for billing purpose. That means you go, you eat, they are just using that POS for billing purpose. That is, you bill it, it's gone.
Correct.
But actually, those data you collect,
the experiential information is not getting captured.
And they are not processing those things. So actually, if you are capturing it, you are processing it, there are a lot of things you will understand, which, with those things you won't understand. Means offline systems you won't understand.
That is great. Aby, I've had the most interesting discussion with you. Thank you again for being here today. And so I wanted to end with, really understanding the value system that drives the Food CRM.
So from very beginning, we always believed in giving something back to the society. We, like, give a lot of students, like, who have just passed out, who doesn't have an experience, and all the time they want to do something. Those kind of people, completely we take them, we train them so that they can contribute, like, as I am treating them, they can also one day, they can also be a good, like, teacher kind of, they can also contribute back to the society. So that is one thing we all the time, me, my co-founders are always, like, onto it, that we give them something, even my colleges or, other societal things who are, like, students who are, like, actually looking for an opportunity. We give them to work with us. Second thing, we always, like, make sure that people who are working with us are treated same like us, how we treat ourselves. If we are, like, we need time for family, they also need the same type of things. So those two things, always we make sure that, those two things are taken care of.
Wonderful. So once again, my friend, thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot.
So I wish you all success.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.